Hey, what's up everybody? This is Marcus from Machine City Audio, and today we're going to take a closer look at the SFP-60 preamp from Useful Arts. And as you can see, you have two channels, so it's a dual channel preamp, and you can also use this in a couple different ways. You could use it as a mic preamp, you could use it with the DIs up front to run your instruments through, and you can also use it to run your audio through. And that's actually what I did today for you, is run my audio through it because I wanted to see what it would sound like to get some nice, great tube warmth from this. So I got a few examples lined up for you. We're going to take a closer look. Stick around. All right, so the SFP-60 is a 2-channel vacuum tube mic preamp. And this preamp was designed to give your vocals a more forward, intimate sound. And to me, this preamp really sounds clean, warm, and it just really sounds good. So I'm in love with this preamp, by the way. All right, so not to get too technical about what's under the hood, for the input tubes, you have an EF806 pentode tubes, and this adds third order harmonics, which is giving you clarity and bite. Now, one of the things that make this stand out from your average preamp is the actual impulse response time, and that's how it reacts to transients. So this is meant to keep your transients clean, give you clarity, and just keep all the detail. All right, so I'm just gonna go over a few details about the preamp. All right, so on the very front, we have a mic and a DI switch. Then you have your high pass filter. You have the pad, and then you also have a phase switch, and then you have the phantom power. Now you also have two DI inputs, as I said before, if you want to use your instruments and plug that into. You have the knobs for the input and output on both sides, and then you also have the color knobs. Now I have to admit, my favorite feature about this preamp has to be the color knobs. I mean, when you really dial this in and you get that nice saturation, it really sounds great. So I love that about this. On the back, you have 4 XLR inputs, and you have 2 for your mic ins and 2 for your line outs. All right, so my original plan was to run the actual Luke audio mic through the preamp, but I changed my mind on that because I figured running such a great tube mic through this preamp, you're going to get a really great signal. So to really test and see what this preamp can do, I decided to run my AKG P420 mic that I'm talking through right now, and I have that running through the preamp. Now, one thing I noticed right away from using this preamp on just my regular old condenser mic is that it gets rid of the harshness that was in this mic that I really didn't like, and it gives me a thickness almost like a tube mic since I'm running it through a tube preamp. So it sounds really great to me. All right, so for the first example I want to play for you, it's just going to be on a vocal track, and I'm going to play you the vocals running straight through my interface with no preamp, and then I'm going to play it running through the preamp, and I'll put my settings on the screen so you know what settings I had when I ran them through the preamp. Now there's no EQ, no compression, just straight preamp.
Yo, me and my homie had a vision, so I made the decision to transition from soldier to civilian, knowing we had the perfect blocks for the building. So we started chopping bricks, stacking records to the ceiling, willing to make the sacrifice, pay the steep price to record and write while trying to balance the troubles of life. No food in our stomachs most of the nights, no lights, still kept our goals in sight. There's 2 different types, those who talk and those who live it. Unemployed got evicted, trying to stay focused, trying to pin my next sentence. Started doubting my existence in this music business, dealing with the first hand to be an independent. Listen, that's why I don't care about your recognition or listening, cause ain't too many out there that can go through what we've been in. Way past being a hobby or just pretending. This is that reality, that inner city blues living. And even now we save from every hour we slave, just to put this album out to be here today. But I live with no regrets, wouldn't have it no other way. 12 years, 6 albums later, we still here to stay. Yo, me and my homie had a vision, so I made the decision to transition from soldier to civilian, knowing we had the perfect blocks for the building. So we started chopping bricks, stacking records to the ceiling, willing to make the sacrifice, pay the steep price to record and write while trying to balance the troubles of life. No food in our stomachs most of the nights, no lights, still kept our goals in sight. There's 2 different types, those who talk and those who live it. Unemployed got evicted, trying to stay.
All right, so for this next example, yep, that's right, I ran a mix through the preamp. And that's what I was most excited about, to get that saturation and tube warmth from running it through the preamp on my actual mix. So I'm pretty excited to share that one with you.
and I also ran some drums and bass through it. So I'm going to play it to you without the preamp and with the preamp. Alright, so that wraps up all I have for you today. And once again, that was the SFP-60 vacuum tube preamp from Useful Arts. And my opinion is this sounds great. I love the clarity, I love the thickness, and I love the saturation that you get from the color knob. So I will leave a link if you want to check out Useful Arts, check out the preamp, and it is available now through Wave Distribution. Alright, so once again, I am Marcus from Machine City Audio. Peace until next time.